Hey everybody, welcome back to Coffee with Andi. Today I actually just have water, so it's water with Andi. You can grab whatever drink you want, whatever you want to have as you sit down and we hang out together and connect. I really love this question today. I love all the questions you guys ask, but this one in particular is about, a season where I decided to be a stay-at-home mom. I had 3 kids under the age of 3. I ended up quitting my job and stayed at home for that season. Now that's not my season anymore. I am working. I'm back at work and I have 4 kids and trying to figure out what that looks like for me. But the question that has come in today is someone from West Virginia who's saying, we prayed for this child and now our child has come and I want to be a stay-at-home mom. But there is disagreement between your husband and you. You're saying that he wants you to work and you'd like to stay home. So this is kind of a twofold question. I would love to address what to do in that relationship, but I would also love to talk about what that looks like for each of us as mothers and fathers, for that matter, reading our season well. I know for me, every season has been different. With every child that I have had, I've had to read it well. Every single one of my kids have been different. So with my first 2 boys, I had a 6-month maternity leave, and then I went back to work, and I would have a couple of days off where I'd be at home with them, and then the rest of the time on. And was that heartbreaking for me? Absolutely. I don't know, maybe it's different for every single mom, but I really, those first couple of months, I really struggled. Like I had a very hard time going back to work, and then we'd get into a flow, and I was highly connected to my kiddos and just made sure that all the moments that I had with them were quality time, connection time, playing time, not just cleaning and to-do list time. And I think it's easy to get caught up in those things because we do have to do laundry, we do have to grocery shop, but take them with you when you grocery shop, take them with you when you're doing the laundry, have them help you and hang out with you and be a part of everything. Some of my greatest memories as a kid was when my mom or my dad would say, hey, we're going to the grocery store, do you want to come? And they would always take one of us with them. For my dad, it was, hey, I'm going to go fill up the tank with gas, do you want to come? And he would always buy us Hostess donuts. Do you remember those? And I just remember those moments of connecting. It's so special. I don't necessarily remember, oh, my parents were working and they, were never there. I remember the times of connection. So really be clear. If you're working, mom or dad, and you're in that season and you're worried about your kids and wondering how they're doing, just make sure that you're intentionally connecting with them and not shutting off when you get home. Because then I went through that other season, like I kind of alluded to, when I had my my daughter, my 3rd child, and I was just exhausted and done and decided to be a stay-at-home mom. Now, this is not for the faint of heart. I think a lot of people are like, oh, how's the spa days going? I was like, are you kidding me? It is harder to be a stay-at-home mom than it is to go and have a job and disconnect and come back and reconnect. It was the most beautiful and hard season of my life. And I tell you what, God did so much in me in that season and transformed me in ways that really surprised me, because being around your kids is really confronting. It brings up a lot of issues that you have inside of your heart and your life. But I just knew we needed to go with the flow. And then we moved to New York and planted the church. Really, my husband and I run together. We build this thing together. And so we got some help and people that come alongside us, and we juggle a lot. We have a life assistant, and my mom and dad live upstairs, and we figure out the schedule and we make it work. But my husband and I are very high on quality time with our kids. So we plan in dates and hangout times with them each individually, really making sure that we are connecting with them. And I tell you what, we're in a season right now where our kids are just thriving and they're doing so well, but there's been seasons where they haven't been. So I've had to pull back, reconnect, switch things around, and make sure that, we're doing this the way that we need to be doing it so that our family thrives in the middle of it all. Now, that's the first part. I would just say, men, women, when it comes to your kids, there is no model out there that is exactly your model. God gave you your kids, and you are the perfect mother and the perfect father for them. And He will give you the exact plan on how to parent them, lead them, and love them. You were born for this, and they were born to be in family and do life with you. You're the perfect mother and father for them. But then when it comes to, just, I guess, if it's between you and your husband, or your husband and your wife, if you guys are disagreeing about how you want to do this next season, gosh, and those things can be really difficult, especially I think a mother's mother's heart a lot of times just longs to make sure that they're doing the right thing by their kids. And so, for you in particular in the season in West Virginia who's asking this question, you're saying, look, I want to be home. We prayed for this child and I don't want to leave them. I would say that maybe you need to have a few more conversations and really seek to understand each other. I think for you, it could be with your husband that maybe there's a part where you're like, hey, honey, can you help me understand more why you would like me to go back to work? Because if you're in a place where you're like, I've got faith that, our finances will be fine, or let me show you, maybe you need to come practically to that time where you connect and meet with your husband about this and just go, I've got 5 ideas of ways that we can pull back the budget and change things, and I could really stay home for this season until, our son or our daughter is in school. So come with solutions, not just necessarily with, honestly, our bleeding hearts are beautiful for our children, but also sometimes for our husbands, we need to have practical solutions and ideas of ways that we could do this and help out. And so I would say for you, if you can do that when you meet with your husband, just come with some practical solutions of how you really believe you can make it work while staying at home. And for him, really ask to hear just his heart and understand why he wants you to go back to work, instead of feeling like maybe you're misunderstood in all of this. I'm not saying you are, but that could be the case. So sit, have some time, and just say, hey, can you help me understand? Help me understand why you would want me to go back to work. And I tell you what, once again, the seasons ebb and flow in parenting. Look, my eldest is 11, my youngest is 4, and the other 2 are 8 and 9. And so I understand that I'm going to go through many other seasons. I'm about to step into the teenage season, and already things are popping up where I'm like, ooh, I'm not equipped for that yet. I need to go read up on that or get on my knees and pray about that. Just understand that a lot of parenting is go with the flow. But the greatest thing and the most important thing, whether you're working or staying at home, is that you stay connected. Your heart stays connected to your children. That, what does love look like? Love looks like laying your life down for these beautiful little people and sometimes big people, and going, what does love look like for them? What are they interested in that is so disinterested, you're just not interested in whatsoever, but it's a sacrifice for you to love them and go sit with them and be engaged with them in something that they're passionate about. I don't know what that looks like for you, but it speaks volumes to your kids when you spend time with them, whether that's being full-time at home or you're working and you need to connect with them or are desiring to connect with them in deeper levels. You can do this. You've got this. And you are created. You were made to be their mother or their father. You've got this. I hope this helped you in some way. I hope you enjoyed your coffee or kombucha or your water or your whatever it is that you had. I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to connecting again in the future. Bye.